So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are with the chap Overwatch Clashfest Day number 2. My name is Daks, and joining me tonight for our first semifinal is gonna be the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Billy Boy, Billy Bob, Billy Jean. He's not my lover, he's my DPS, and he is just gonna be bringing us a little bit of that flavor coming in to this match. How you doing, Billy?
Thank you for that, wonderful intro. Um, Pretty excited to see this match, honestly, because both teams showed a very strong performance in their qualifying matches, and now the stakes are even higher in this semifinal, and
Yeah.
I want to see some big wombo combo ults.
That's might be it, might be it. But hey, Uber server versus Ohana Shame. And anything to really note coming into this one, Uber server with just an amazing set against KDPS there. In meantime, Ohana Shame with a very one-sided affair against the Kiwi Noise. Anything might be of notice looking into this first semifinal, Mr. Billy.
I'd say I'm pretty sure for both teams did their research on each other, so you'll probably be seeing Ohana Shame trying to shut down that Mercy Farah, and same with Ube. They're gonna try to instill lots of chaos so that they can allow free space for Mercy to do whatever she wants to in the DPS department.
That's true, that's true. Just allowing Mercy the space given allows her to just get kill after kill after kill. Something also to note, though, is going to be Milson's in that front line making plays as well. So really the stars of the show there for the Ubis server squadron. But can't really rest on Kenny G and his Sigma Tapma King on his May or whatever the hell he wants to actually play. And Senten as well as Vernon doing a pretty good job on the support if need be. But for Ubiserve, I believe that support line need to protect themselves a lot more. There are a few moments on that last set that losing set them really early, hurting their economy and kind of slowing down their kind of defense, especially on King's Row.
Yeah, I think now more than ever, I think now that Ube knows their weak points, and I think now maybe their tank line in Milsons and Kenny G will now try to peel more, and while still obviously trying to be as aggressive as they want to be.
Yeah, can't really go wrong with that. For the side of Ohana Shame, though, it kind of was a little different to say the least in terms of what we got. We've seen from Ohana Shame that they can play a really scrappy comp. They can really play super scrappy. And if you look at how their positioning works, it's just like, we're just gonna fight you in front of you. And I think in 1v1 scenarios, Ohana Shame might be able to have an advantage here or there, but with Ubi server and their experience, I feel like they might be able to have the out position in bigger team fights. What do you think, though, Billy? Anything to note from the Ohana Shame versus Kiwi Neuman's match?
I would really love to see that CS Dollar of Doomfist because he pretty much just dominated King's Row when he played in the qualifying match. And his Doomfist was pretty good because he knows the hero well and he knows what what needs to be done as a Doomfist player.
Yeah, it seems like it. He was able to get some pixel perfect punch actually on the Mercy on that third point. It literally was just the corner, the clip of that wing enough to get the hitbox on. It seems like there just is an understanding of that kind of sense there from the side of Ohana Shame. Something to note is people have doubted them to be basically the underdogs from yesterday, and I guess they are going to be the underdogs truly of the day with some big titans, with some big veterans still into our set. 3 out of the 4 teams right now in the CHAP Overwatch Clashfest have had a history of playing Overwatch to begin with. But here for Ohana Shame, all I gotta say about them is if they are gonna be looking to bring in something new and show that newcomers have a place in Overwatch, they might be the squad to do so and potentially even book a civil war, as I've said, a clan warfare between Ohana Pride if they win that other semifinal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure um, both the Ohana teams really want to see that family feud matchup wherein you get the two Ohana teams in the finals. But Ubisoft is surely going to give them a run for their money. Like if they really want to have that Civil War finals game, they really gotta first break through the wall that is Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty dynamic. All I gotta say, it's also gonna be a completely different map set. We talked about it beforehand in our pre-show, but we are gonna be having these 3 maps coming our way: Busan, Hollywood, Rialto. What do you think, Billy? Are you proud of my choices?
Well, I like Busan. Busan's a really good map. From one of the the new maps that was recently released, even though Overwatch really doesn't do new releases. But Busan was the most recent map that they've ever released. if I recall right.
Was it? Maybe, I'm not sure. I can't really remember anymore the map history, but
Yeah,
it's
same.
one of the newer ones.
I like the map because it allows pretty much all comps to be work per map. Like you can run a double sniper, you can run dive, you can run Reinhardt. It's a versatile map. And Rialto, you always want to see those people who are falling into the river. Like it's
Yeah, go ahead.
always a must.
That's true, that's true.
I want to see that Roadhog hooks.
Maybe, actually. But I think the latest map actually is Havana, because Busan came out after Retribution, and the
Oh yeah,
Havana is
yeah,
the
yeah,
Storm
yeah.
Rising run, right? And
Yeah.
you know what I'm looking at the site right now just to check, and yeah, it is. You know what was in between Busan and Havana? Everyone's favorite map, Paris.
Sorry, I don't remember that map.
It doesn't exist, doesn't exist. I've never
I
heard of
don't
that
recall
map
ever
before.
playing it.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
I love the country. I just don't
Hmm.
like the map.
Yeah, it's great though. But, we also have Hollywood and Rialto. Any thoughts though coming into this one?
Hollywood. I'm pretty sure like Ohana Shame is going. If I were Ohana Shame, I'd be the most scared of because it's a very Pharah heavy map, wherein Pharah is very powerful in both first and second point. So if they when they reach Hollywood, they really gotta watch out for that Mercy Pharah.
That's true, that's true. And on Rialto, same kind of scenario. There's a lot
I
of
want to
open
see
ground
Milsons
here.
in that Roadhog though.
Just go for environment. I was like, I've seen him play
Yeah.
that Orisa though. He's pretty good with the halts, and it seems like you got a lot of fans there, Mr. Billy, asking for a face cam. But again, guys, if you want a Billy face cam, you can head over to his Twitch and donate or something so you can have the money for it. But we're gonna have a sweet voice and a sweet analytics coming into this one. Again, guys, a quick little recap on Mr. Billy, the main DPS or flex DPS actually of the Team Philippine roster last year to BlizzCon 2019, has always been the top player within MMK and Miraculum, being at the top on the DPS food chain. And well, he's kinda on the bench right now, but he is just basically he plays Overwatch from time to time with some certain people here and there, and well, he still's got it in him in terms of mechanical skill.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I really want to see, the new coming DPS stars in this from this, maybe from this tournament. Like I want to see like some new unconventional picks. Like I want really want to see an Echo played here. Like
That's
so
right,
far in
maybe.
this tournament, we haven't really seen that much Echo gameplay. But I want to see that new hero come out and pretty much see like double Reinhardts or double Genji blades.
And hey, we saw an echo a little bit yesterday, but it was really used to the highest degree. And well, I might think that again into these setups, it really will just be more of that comfort pick. But if Uber server is able to whip it out, I wouldn't be surprised because they do have an echo player in the ranks. It just isn't the one on the DPS role right now, which is gonna be pretty interesting to say the least. Tapang Kings is asking, ko ba i-cast yung match namin? Go ahead. Come here din to the casting channel. Bahala ka. No comments for you. TK, look into it. Just bring in the spice. And well, as you said from Uber server, they have that core from the new wave from basically their main roster right now. And then coming into the TSAPH Clashfest, they have worked together with the members, some friends in the community, and they have put a really, really strong team together. Ohana Shame in the meantime, from the community, by the community, for the community, and looking to do as great as we can. So let's begin namin si Tap again. So I'm just gonna ask them real quick. So legit. Let's go. Let's just
Let's
go for it.
go.
Okay, I think we are gonna be ready to go. Uber server ready and going. Ohana Shame out and about and looking to get things done. And let's get it on, guys. Let's get it done. Welcome to day 2. It was a great pre-show. It was some great talking points there with Bimby, and we will see him later on into our set. But we are gonna start things off all the way into the Republic of Korea right here, right now, and into Busan we go. Downtown, gonna be our first one for the night.
Korean #1. And coming into this first Busan map, this is downtown, right?
Yes, the
And
city is
this is
here,
a
mate.
very, very good sniper map. Honestly, like if you know that Mercy's gonna play fire, because this is also a fire map, but this is not. I'd say this is not the strongest fire map. But if you know that Mercy will probably want to play a bit like that fire, I want to see like Sojirer. How do you pronounce that? Soji?
Soldierer.
I'll just call him Soji.
Soji.
But,
It's like
yeah, I want to see
Soju.
Soji play like maybe that Widowmaker or that Ashe. Because that's Ashe is a pretty good counter. But, Widowmaker is, I'd say, the best because, you got that one-shot potential. But if you give Ashe that Mercy Pocket, she can pretty much do Widowmaker's job from mid-range.
That's true, that's true. And, well, the Ashe has gotten a lot of utility nowadays. The Viper, the rifle, you call it. It is a lot better right now with the reload speed and all of the like. And, well, improvements, quality of life makes the Ashe a lot better pick, especially against the dive composition. But neither side choosing to do so. It's going to be Ohana with that Ryan Zarya Siege composition. It's Uber Server with the full DPS comp with the Zarya Sigma. And I guess if it's TK playing that Mei, they will have a pseudo third tank in a way. They can play close against the opposition. No Lucio though, which is pretty interesting. But Mercy is able to get the hot hand on early on. Soldier goes down already. McCree onto the high ground, being shielded by the Sigma. And a good positioning here for Uber Server allows them to take this high ground away from the opposition.
Great decision there by Ube because they realized that Soji was out of position from his team, and when you see a McCree out of position, that's pretty much a free kill every single time because he has no mobility.
And something to note, really, Uber Server as well as Ohana with very ground-based compositions into this day and the age. We've seen the double flyer composition actually played out quite a lot, but it seems like here in the TSAPH Clashfest, it is gonna be more on a down-to-earth approach. But Ohana, it seems like they are gonna be saying, our task is up and there already. We have to work hard for this because they kind of had a pretty easy match, to say the least, against Kiwi Noise, and now against Uber Server, who had such a honestly a championship level match against KDPS. They are already primed and looking to dominate all the way into the championship.
Yeah, but looking at this comp, I really like CS Dollar to change because honestly, when you play a Reaper, you don't really want to play Reaper against two off tanks because while you're trying to shoot them, they're dealing so much damage to you.
Yeah, it's so hard to stay alive, and with your lifesteal, sure, it does play into it, but it's usually better against main tanks. They have more HP, and they have less tools to really get rid of that direct damage in the first place. Besides the shield, of course, Melomelo though does get the charge, but Uber Server is doing whatever the hell they want and more. With the Zenyatta on board here from Sedden, and without him getting pressured, he is just able to bring in those discards, the Zarya, the Sigma, the McCree, and the Mei, doing everything they can and more to get rid of the purple target.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Melo's having a hard time because of all the damage that's being pumped into his shield. Because pretty much everyone besides the Moira can pretty much destroy his shield at this point.
Hey, look at the CSE Dollar, gonna be bringing in a little bit of a nickel there. Gets the cash on to Kenny G. Ice will now from Tampa, keep the slow for a time, but that's not gonna be like the Sage Barrier. It doesn't really use that way. It's for separation instead, but the Blizzard gonna be doing that into this one. Rick now quite low. Coalescence coming on in there from Beitsu. Counter Coalescence right now from Vernon, and Uber Server losing one, but they are just happy to run rampant and get rid of everyone else. Pretty much a team kill right there. Can anyone touch here, Billy? It seems like Ohana though, not swapping the composition.
If Kenny G has something to say about it because he's got that Flux, and Flux can pretty much just stop any character in their tracks. Only the Moira would probably Moira and the Reaper can escape, but that's still not enough because they're still too slow to reach the point on time.
I know, so it was a good effort there from Ohana, but it seems like Uber Server coming out of the gates extremely strong. We've talked about them, a very, very experienced team to say the least, and as you said before, Ohana, they really have to work hard for this. This is going to be the biggest test for them, and it will be, I feel like, the biggest upset of this whole tournament if they do take it against Uber Server. We saw it on the first round, Uber Server, basically a finals-worthy match against DPS, but that was the past, this is the present, and presently, Uber Server dominates the first map there, and Nelson's playing the Demon right now with the Sigma. Seems like they do want to contest the high ground just a little bit. Dollar though in the meantime playing the Junkrat. No Doomfist though, interesting enough.
Yeah, I think Junkrat would be okay, but the thing about Junkrat is he's not very consistent. And with the team that comp they have right now, you really need someone to get those cleanup kills, especially with that Diva up. She can pretty much eat all those grenades, denying Junkrat any ult charge that he'd want to have.
Completely agree, but look at this Uber Server knowing exactly what to do in the map. They're playing out to the high ground with the McCree, even though they can't really stay on it too long with the Diva and the Sigma together as their tank line. It really is just Soldierer the only real threat into this one. Dollar will have to do everything he can and more to just get the arc on. A little too difficult, but it seems like Uber Server just disrespecting the point and will be able to get takedowns from above instead. Mercy right now dropping all down, no mercy whatsoever for Keshu Rick, and this is gonna be the fan to hammer onto Melomelo. Ooh, one, and goodbye. Oh, come on, mates. We keep still seeing, though, kind of rookie mistake in a way for the SAP community. Remember, when Junkrat dies, he drops those grenades.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see that Reaper pick right now. But yeah, going back to that, Ube's idea of how to do this initial first fight was very good. Like, they can give the point for sure, because what's 11% when you can get 99?
That's true, and here comes Mercy right now with a Deadeye. Everyone behind the shield, will crack that one down. And the Reinhardt, is he pickings? But Beitu with the top up instead. John 1337, the Master Chief 30 right now looking to get everything done along the way. And this is happening in the meantime into the front line. Self-destruct though coming in from Milsuts, and boom goes the dynamite. The support's not behind the shield whatsoever. Mellow Mela trying his best, but it seems like it is going to be a melting point there, and Milsuts finds the angle. Uber server with another good defense.
Yeah, the way Milsus is using his Diva right now is pretty much like a pseudo main tank, because he's allowing Kenny G to get that poke damage in while he just keeps doing drive-bys, annoying the backline of Ohana. Like, he's being a pain in their ass right now, and they really need to do something about him if they want to be able to push this point.
Hey, Mercy gonna be onto the left-hand side already by the choke, and Uber server again, just deeper understanding into the map. You can really see the difference, but Ohana Shame still with this one. They have the nano boost, they have the coalescence, there is still a chance to go for the push on in, but Tapaking with the Blizzard onto the left side.
Zoning ult.
Zoning ult right now. I feel like it's a little too much anticipation there for TK. You have to wait for your opponents to get in position, and right here, right now, Mela trying to take advantage. He has a shatter available, and with only the Diva and the Sigma to deal with, that can be a free stun there, but Mercy doesn't care about anything else. Deadeye connects from the side right now. This is gonna be the girl on fire. This McCree trying to get things done. John 137 missing the sleep dart, will pay for it with his life. And Mela charging on in Discord Dart in hand. Set them right now, gonna get stunned up. Didn't go for the trance, but Tapaking is there to save the day. Redemption arc from the Eskimo. And that is gonna be Uber server wiping the floor against Ohana Shame. It really feels like Uber server with the advantage. Ohana side gotta be looking into their family and say, what are we doing? What can we do right coming into the second map?
This whole map, this whole series, this whole for game one was all about Ubi server exploiting the fact that they have more, I'd say, in-game knowledge and know how matchups work compared to Ohana Shame, and like they're really good at abusing that. And Ohana really needs to do something about how they use their hero picks. Like, I'm pretty sure like they want to use their comfort picks, but I don't think it's gonna work against Ubi server at this point.
Completely agree, and seems like we're gonna have a reconnection in order there for Ohana Shame. Hopefully everything is gonna be a-okay into that one, but Ubi server with a very, very impressive victory there, as we are going to be moving on into Hollywood. And in Noto, it seems like the McCree having a hot hand there from Mercy, and well, when you have that revolver getting shots on without shields in front of you, it's easy pickings to say the least.
Yeah, like a free McCree is a happy McCree. You should, like I wouldn't even what do you call this? I wouldn't even be angry if I just saw Mercy just standing at one point with her McCree, because no one's really paying attention to her. Everyone's more focused on the Mei trying to freeze them, or the Diva that keeps doing bumper cars in their faces. So because her team is allowing their carry to pretty much carry them, it's gonna be pretty hard trying to take a map away from them.
Yeah, and hey, it's been Ubi server's show so far, and they are gonna be looking to do a little more. I believe we got a small little highlight there. Was it the self-destruct? Let's look at it real quick. We actually did get it. In the meantime,
yeah, so the self-destruct for the Moira.
It's like I feel bad. I think he faded there. The Ana tries to run away. There's like a really good angle.
Like the shield the Rhine shield was in front of her, and just a little bit, more to the left. She would have lived.
Just a little bit, a little cheeky, breeky little peek right there. Touch the tip just a little bit, but you know what we are going to be touching on, Mr. Billy, is map number 2. And Ubi server with a dominant performance like that on Busan, it might actually be a very quick semi-final, unless Ohana Shame brings in the same kind of gusto they had on King's Row yesterday and bring it here on Hollywood today. Because honestly, in Legion Tower, they look really messy in their victory, but on King's Row, it was a lot more decisive. What do you think, though? Having that objective might help them out and figure out where to actually fight.
Yeah, I think now that they have they have a foothold, because I'm not sure. But I think that like they have a hard time when it comes to points that they have to run towards. I think they're really good at defending though, because if you look back to that Kings Row match, they pretty much full held. They could have full held if they if CJ played that Doomfist a little bit earlier, because when it was that round 3, round 4, his Doomfist was so dominant.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. And it seems like both of our teams are ready to go. And Ohana Shame picking to play the defense first this time. They want to set the mark, they want to set the boundary, and they want to say no Uber server allowed anytime soon. We shall see though if this is going to work out for them. It's time for the stars to shine. And let's get all the way back into the West Coast. And let's get into Hollywood. Hey Billy, I have a question. Didn't you go to Hollywood during our trip there?
Yes, I went to Hollywood, and
did you push
it's
the
as
payload?
busy. Huh?
Did you push the payload?
No, dude, the payload's too expensive.
It's quite expensive, the limousine. Anyway, what did you do there?
I just went there with my titos and titas from who lived in the US. They just showed me around, and I that's when I just found out that apparently on Sunday, what's that place called? The one that says Chick-fil-A is closed because they're Christian. I was so sad, bro.
I remember that was the whole thing.
That was the whole reason why I went there.
You were bitching about Chick-fil-A the whole time. Redux was bitching about In-N-Out the whole time, and our baby boy got his wish and you didn't, and we just kind of laughed about it when you got back. I remember I went around. I was just driving around with my aunts on that last day for us because basically after BlizzCon and everything, we had one family day for all our relatives who were there, so we went our separate ways because every other day we would go to the outlet store and then afterwards go to the internet cafe to practice. So it was an interesting time. But now the interesting time here is gonna be Ohana Shane playing this Junkrat and hey, Mr. Billy, this is classic stuff. First point Junkrats.
But
we are back.
Echo.
And it's Mech Echo. Okay, so Uber server has decided to whip out something completely new, and we will talk about it in a bit because the focusing beam will be connecting onto CZ Dollar. Beautiful tracking there from Mercy, gonna get that takedown, and this might be a teaser for what is to come into the future here for Uber server because Mercy's doing so well on the Echo, already getting two. Focusing beam though will get cancelled by mistake, and Sudger are gonna get that takedown. Double hit scan is a really good comp against that Echo, and it seems like Ohana Shame able to counter it in a way with the Ash, but Uber server gonna be whipping out something completely new here, really. They have Nilsons on the ball, which we've seen play before. Mercy though playing that Echo, and it might be a fast and furious playstyle that Uber server wants to do into their near future.
Yeah, honestly, this comp right now would be very powerful because if you have those DP hit scans really trying to snipe Mercy out of the air, you got Nilsons there just being the bane of their existence, just doing that pile driver, left click combos, and the drive-bys that he keeps doing. He's gonna keep messing up all their tracking, and allow Mercy to just pretty much get that focusing beam in and just finish them off.
Completely agree, and something to really note about this for the side of Ubis server is the fact of the matter is they are kind of halfway to that dive composition that we're seeing a little more, and maybe they can implement it into later, but we've seen Kenichi pretty much only play that Sigma because the only hero he wants to play. It's a pretty flexible hero though. He has a stun, you got your adjustable barrier, and you have feet to float around, but he's playing the best skin wherein you cover your feet, so number one right there. Sorry for everyone who likes that kind of thing. But Smills is onto the high ground, forcing the Ash to get on the way. Cowgirl Bebop will fall down there. Burn in the meantime with the Biotic Orb. And Uber server just running rampant. They have all the positioning in the world and more. And this is what the open area of Hollywood really entails for you. That Wrecking Ball does whatever the hell he wants. The Echo does whatever the hell she wants. Shatter right now from Bella. But it's Mercy's time to shine to be the big burly German man. Goes for the hammer swing. Shatter right now connecting onto Rick, cracking down onto the icicle. And Uber server doing whatever the hell they want and more. It seems like this is a casting call for them that is gonna bring them a star power or two.
Yeah, I don't really see how Ohana really can really counter this comp that they're running, because when you get to the point, you got the Mei and the Sigma to deal with, and your backline is just gonna completely be disrupted 24/7 by that Echo and that ball. So the only way to really beat this comp is with real proper team coordination, and right now I'd say Ohana Shane's really been playing it a little bit too split off, because each side of each member is trying to focus on what's trying to kill them in front of them at that moment. So I think they really need to go in a 6 at this point.
I completely agree, Billy. And this is what we were talking about from Ohana's team. They kind of are really messy in that way, especially looking for 1v1s. And Milson's realizing the situation, playing the Wrecking Ball, which is literally the best hero you can do in that scenario. Some really good duelists on the other side who can win 1v1s through mechanic skill. Play Wrecking Ball and say, screw you, I will just move you around. You cannot go anywhere without me following you. And it is just going to be the chubbiest of all cheeks right now from Mr. Milson's. Instead, Wrecking Ball though dropping those mines down. It's going to be a beautiful minefield by the trailer park already. Biotic are being bounced around, but Ohana's shame just doesn't have any space to work with whatsoever. Rick slowly but surely trying to crawl on through, doesn't want to touch any of those mines, but eventually he does. Highly unfortunate stagger right there, and this might be already the payload getting the touch. Bob hitting the trailer. He's doing nothing right now, Billy, and there you go. Uba server with 4:18 on the clock. What's a wash so far from the Uba server side?
Like to point out also that ever since they got that cap, the payload has never stopped. Like there was never a time to contest. That's how dominant Ube's performance was this match, this round one. And if I were Ohana Shame, I'd really want to stop that momentum right now. Like they really need to do also. They also need to snowball their attack phase. They really can't allow Ube to get any sign of recovery and stop any sort of snowball that they want to do on their defense.
Billy, all I gotta say is this is Uba servers to win. They have 4:18 on the clock, they got the full cap, and this is literally Mount Everest looking at Ohana Shame and telling them, please climb me now. Because this is such a difficult endeavor to say the least. That's a big time back, a big tough task, and it seems like Uba server looking to be the peskiest they can be. Torbjorn May, there's no escape.
I don't want to talk about it.
Looking at this Ube comp right now, I would honestly say Afar would pretty much just decimate this whole team. But that depends because I've never really seen Ohana Shame really play the Pharah, so I don't think it's in their hero pool. But if they once they realize that look at the Ube's comp, they should realize that Afar would really do well against them.
Yeah, it seems
because
like
right now,
server. Well, yes, Mr. Billy.
Because right now the Doomfist can't really deal with the turret,
Ooh,
and the turret's just
Wilson's
gonna keep hitting him. Oh,
that was too ambitious, Milsons against the Doomfist. He can't do that. And really interesting punish. Okay, so Milson's basically throwing the game right there, throwing that defense at the very start.
he's making the game spicy.
I guess giving chance to others in a way, but for Uba server, it seems like they're really realizing the situation and the identity of Ohana's team. They only play that ground game, and they will play the best ground-based composition they can run. Torbjorn and the May being pesky with the fire and the ice together again. It's a really good song. Hopefully Season 8 gonna be a lot better than this one, but it's Milsons right now with a few hammer swings here and there. Sleep right now connecting from John 1337. Kenny G in the meantime into play as well. Mercy though, hopping around. That's Torbjorn doing whatever the hell she wants and more, and it's hammer time! Trying to go for the kill, but it seems like Nilson's with a bigger hammer instead. And Bloodforce trauma on the poor Rick, 1 minute in. Beautiful defense from Ubi's server.
Turret got so much value in that fight. Like, the Moira was just standing behind the turret, and she really can't destroy that thing. The Doomfist just died when he jumped in.
Oh, this seems like Milsons gets his revenge. He does get the kill this time. I really don't recommend this Milsons though. He has been punished once already. He can do so again, but he's looking for a flag shatter, flag pin perhaps. Catches out the Zarya, and Rick is gonna get taken for a ride. If you ever played that Marvel vs. Captain 2 game, you already know what I'm talking about there.
You're already a shatter.
And Shatter's available here. This is gonna be infinite loop right here, right now for Uber server if things keep up this way. And okay, Milsons is showing off right now. He is just absolutely showing off.
This is what I was talking about. Like when a team is snowballs way too much, they get really cocky, and we're seeing that right now. And what Ohana Shame really needs to do about it is really punish that cockiness that Ubi server is doing right now.
Ooh, Kenny G with only 18 HP for a little bit there, does get stopped at the last moment. Very big clutch there from Wiz server. But Milsons again is doing whatever the hell he wants and more. And I think this is time for Mercy to sell, hey Heal Boy, stop doing this already. Time to relax, and never mind, they are gonna commit instead. Mercy going full on into the push, decides to go for the Molten Core. And if you step on the lava, have you ever played that game, Billy? The floor is lava. This is literally it.
Yeah, I got that Lucio achievement. I forgot, but I pretty much remember I got that Lucio achievement from one of my comp games wherein I got like 4 levers, and the enemy team, I asked the enemy team, hey guys, can you help me with my Lucio achievement? And they just gave it to me.
I remember I got it legitimately in Icon World, if I remember correctly. I was doing the hippity hoppity on the side. Was it? Or was it Volskaya? One of the two.
I'd say it's easier to do now than it was before.
Yeah, with some maps here and there. Especially like Real, you look at Rialta and it's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But Milsons is on the high ground right now. It seems like for Uber server, they are literally the gatekeepers of
Look at the
Hollywood.
turret. Like,
They're
where's
even
just
gonna
put their turret there?
Okay, so it seems like, Billy, they really don't want them to go into the studio. There is no time to get a casting call whatsoever if you can't even get to your rehearsal. And Blizzard right now here from Tapmon King, Uber server, if you can dominate like this, it's fine, honestly. All I gotta say for them is they have the advantage. They are doing whatever the hell they want. Mercy even killing Soldier right there with the McCree. But it is just Uber server right now having the easiest time of their life on this defense. The fact of the matter is Ohana Shame just isn't equipped to counter this super ground-based composition. At least they get rid of Mercy. Grab the surge right now onto the corpse of that. Torbjorn dead eye right now from Soldier as well. Ice block from Tapmon King. And flashback will connect. Mellow does get the kill. Here comes the Pride. This might be the fall of Uber server as CSA Dollar goes for the death loss instead. Milsons though does get the charge, does get the shatter rather still. Will not be able to get the charge on John 37 with a pretty clutch sleep dart there, but Ohana Shame given the reprieve. Can they actually get this point?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like, if the Ohana Shame is able to punish this cockiness, like they can pretty much just get the point for free, but
no,
you know, Milsons being Milsons.
Yeah, Molten Core says no, Billy, and that is it. Uber server, they will take it. They have shown that that first match was really the toughest task, and here in the semifinals, if you see their counterparts a little on the newer side, they can just really dominate in the first place. It was very well deserved for Uber server. All I gotta say, experience is the best teacher, and it seems like they are all the way into university right now. Ambitious and well-played effort from Ohana Shame. But as we said, if they really just don't know what to do against your opponents, know how to counter them, and look to rely on basically what you just know how to play, you're gonna be in for a tough time. The Ball, the Echo, the Torbjorn, the Mei, those are big tests there for Ohana Shame, and unfortunately, they just weren't able to have the right answer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Ohana Shame are hoping that the Uber server will be playing a more, you know, scripted comp wherein like they're used to. I think they were hoping that they'd see that Reinhardt, Zarya, McCree, Reaper mirror. I'm pretty sure that's what Ohana Shame would like Uber to play, because you know I'm pretty sure they keep seeing that in their QP games, their comp games, because that's what they're used to fighting. But playing against new players, playing against different players who have more knowledge and like using the new characters, you know, it's really gonna be really hard to adjust.
That's true. And you know, it was really just Uber servers to win. For Ohana Shame, they had these ideas. This is what they know how to play, but they weren't the right ones. It's a little difficult when you don't have the right comps, the right mindsets to play against the opposition. And they did have that fight that they wanted on Busan, but here on Hollywood, Uber server just exploited whatever the hell they wanted and more. Because usually, guys, in control maps, you do have those brawls in the first place, but compared to like a objective-oriented map like Hybrid or Escort, it kinda is just playing comp versus comp, counter versus counter, position versus position. And for Ohana Shame, they had that idea on the first point of Hollywood, especially with the Junkrat, but it just all fell apart as soon as they saw the Echo, they saw the Wrecking Ball, and they couldn't do anything from then on their defense. And on the attack, Uber server was just so confident. Milson's doing big balls Milsons, honestly, and it's big balls, no brain, basically by then. You don't do those things, even if you're
he was playing balls to the wall.
His balls to the wall, and if you smack your balls there, that is gonna be super painful. But unfortunately, apparently, there it has a cushion right there, and Ohana Shame unable to punish Milsons after that first time. That first push could have been really great there for Ohana Shame. Milsons getting caught by the Doomfist, and I honestly thought it wouldn't work out the second time there for Milsons, but hey, he proved me wrong, and Team Uber server decided to go basically full on to go with Milsons, push forward, and one of the best other players who ever played had said, if you see your team going in that direction, just go full retard with them. You just commit. You have the same ideology, and I completely agree with that. Having the same mindset as a team really brings you up the ladder, brings you up the table. And for Uber server, they saw Milsons doing that, they committed, and they were like, okay, we'll do that with you too.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, if one goes full retard, you all go full retard. If one wants to play safe, you all have to play safe, because you know you'd rather have that 6v6 game rather than have that 5v6 and 1v6.
Yeah, it really is. It's just no half-ass matters, and well, Uber server deservedly taking a 2-0 win. Busan and Hollywood both taken there. And you know, though, for Ohana Shame, especially on that Busan map, where could have they done a little better, Billy? Because that was really the map wherein they had a chance at it.
I'd say like they really needed to be more coordinated, because if you look back at that first map, that first that first round of that first map, you saw the McCree get picked off because he got left behind by his team, and you can't really do that in a tournament, because especially when you're against teams that are more coordinated than yourselves, you really need to stay as six as much as possible.
I completely agree, and it was they really tried, and they were tested. Unfortunately, just having 2 weeks of practice wasn't enough, and the underdog dream ends there for Ohana Shame. Uber server well deserved. Moving on to grand finals, it was good effort though from Ohana Shame, and I really commend them for giving the game a chance, for really doing the best they can, and they have shown they have that mechanical skill in them. So just a little more if they do choose to improve onto it, and I feel like they can be a pretty solid team. But there you go, guys. Our first semifinalist has been confirmed. It is Uber server. Moving on to grand finals, we'll be awaiting the winner of Ohana Pride and Malaking Snail. And Mr. Billy, I have a question for you. Any thoughts coming into that next semifinal?
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with all the players on both sides, to be honest. Like I only know like the side of Snails because they play in the Pugs.
I
But
mean, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, but I'm saying like it's really gonna be interesting because I saw like yesterday Snails' dominant performance on both their maps, and the same goes to the other Ohana team. So I think it will be a pretty. I would like to see a closer match than this one compared to this one.
Yeah, I hope so too. I feel like that's gonna be a lot more even. Ohana Pride tested by Overwatch. Malaking Snail in the meantime showing off their expertise against Scalar. And hey, only one can move on to face off against Uber Server. The Civil War dream is dead, but long live Uber Server. Gonna be one of our two finalists there, and I can't wait to see that one. But Mr. Billy, seems like that our time has been done already. And anything you can say though about this whole tournament experience so far?
You know, I'd like to say I like that I have been honestly surprised a lot by lots of the players here. Like big shout out to some players that pretty much went above and beyond my expectations. Wherein you see support players go DPS, you see tank players do more than what they for the team compared to other tank players, and other DPS, just showing their dominance.
I completely agree. And hey, it has been a very, very surprising experience here in the TSAPH Clashfest. Many, many new players, or many, many players who haven't really been seen in the scene too much, showing up, improving, and doing so, so well in this whole tournament. But hey, we're gonna have a lot of updates, and we still got a second semifinal coming our way. Don't go away, guys. We will be moving on into our second semifinal shortly. That is gonna be Ohana Pride versus Malaking Snail. And hey, don't hit that Google Translate, but hit up this stream. We'll be right back for more of the SAP Overwatch Clash Fest.